Well, I think for me, the unmistakable highlight, the unquestionable highlight, was definitely, it started with the sale of a painting by Tony Thomason called Watcher on the Shore. Now this was a work that came from the collection of an author named Dick Scott, who had a long association with, firstly with Tony Thomason and then secondly with Peter Webb. And it was a pleasure to be involved in its sale because for me it's a very important part of Webb's history, the company's history as a whole. And it's a painting that's revered as one of the finest works by Tony Thomason still in private hands. Both its scale and its level of resolve are extremely impressive. When we went into their home and lifted the work off the wall for the first time, you know, the wall was a different colour behind it. And you know, when you work with selling paintings, there's nothing better than that. I know that the work was a really, really important part of the family's life, and to sort of see it through the process of selling it through to the new owners was, I think, a really special thing. The work had a pre-sale estimate of $150,000 to $250,000 and ended up selling for $500,000. So I think that really speaks to the gravitas of the painting, the importance of the painting, but also, you know, the effectiveness of the marketing campaign that we did for the work. As a result of selling that painting, we were able to access and bring another major work by the artist to the market called Garden of Eden Aotearoa. This work was purchased from Yanalan Gallery in Wellington, and it had been in the same ownership ever since. The owner was offered to put it into the survey at City Gallery, but for personal reasons it wasn't appropriate at the time, and they turned the offer down. And really the work had not been seen at all by the public since the 1980s, and again, a real pleasure to handle the work. The price that we achieved for Garden of Eden Aotearoa was the highest price achieved on the New Zealand market this year for a work by a 20th century artist, which is, I think, a huge accomplishment. Thomason is someone who has always had a dedicated following, an artist who has always been really, really admired and loved by a small sector of the market, but he's not one of those artists that had sold for significant sums very many times. And so before these works, the average across the top 10 sale prices was around $170,000. And so what we saw this year and what we were part of in marketing these works was a huge shift in the regard for his practice. I'd like to thank all of the vendors who have trusted us with these paintings, to these things that they've held in a special place in their hearts for such a long time, because without them, we could not have done these amazing things.